Hey rock stars, thanks for coming back to another episode of LA's Adventures. Yeah, 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 yeah. On today's episode of LA's Adventures, we're in Minori, Italy, a dreamy little town tucked away on the Amalfi Coast. Buckle up because this video is packed with stunning views, delicious eats, and one of the most nerve-wracking drives I've ever experienced. Hey rock stars, I want to say thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Since 60 people saw my New Year's resolution video of planning on posting more regularly, it's time for me to get this editing kicked into high gear. We're going to get one video out each week. I put it out there and now you're going to hold me to it, okay? My subscriber goal count is 500 and this week I've picked up 5 subscribers. So thank you so much if you're subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. Only 458 subscribers until I reach my goal. Let's get started with the adventure of just getting to Minori. The drive along the Amalfi Coast is world famous, and not just for these views. They say this is one of the most dangerous roads ever, and now I understand why. Tight curves, sheer cliffs, and oncoming buses that seem way too big for these narrow lanes. It's wild, but oh, I guess it's worth it. Okay, are you seeing what I'm seeing? These are not one-way roads. Vespas, SUVs, all sorts of vehicles, and even city buses go both ways on this winding one-way road. Before I step off my soapbox on how insane these roads were, let me just say I am so thankful that we taxied and paid locals to essentially Uber us. I would have been so terrified to drive on the Amalfi Coast. Also, most European vehicles are stick shift anyways, and no one ever taught me how to drive a stick shift. So if we had planned to rent a vehicle, I would have been screwed. Everybody in my car and on the roads would have needed to brace themselves like Mrs. Puff bracing for SpongeBob's driving finals. Hey rock stars, ever wondered about vacation spots in Italy? Let's go tour this Airbnb right now. Our home base for this trip was the cutest Airbnb, definitely our sanctuary, and probably one of my favorite Airbnbs I've ever stayed at. By this point in our travels, we had already visited Florence and Venice, and it was a good change of pace to just chill in a southern small town. We were a bit worn out from all of the travels by the time we got to Minori, so there was no urgency to explore. We got to shift gears and just kind of be in vacation relaxation mode. Here's the kitchen area. That's the bedroom that Josh and I stayed in. Here's our bathroom space. The other bedroom that led out to our balcony. I recall spending several afternoons out there on that balcony. One night there was a blood moon and it was so bright in the sky, it lit up the entire Minori Bay. It was so beautiful. I did capture some footage of that blood moon, but you know, it turned out to be kind of potato quality, so I decided not to put it in this vlog. But seriously, do you see this? And are there even words that can describe this beauty? I've never stayed at an Airbnb or a hotel with a view like this before. I am so thankful for this experience. This was heaven on earth. This place had a precious garden with fruit that the Airbnb owners encouraged you to pick and eat. That's coming up shortly. Let's go check out some more amenities. And now we're here strutting around like we own the place. Work it! We did have to share these amenities with 3 or 4 other tenants, but for the most part, it was only our family in the pool. We had the place to ourselves. This trip to Italy was 2 months after Josh and I got married, and we considered it a honeymoon trip. Can you tell that we love the infinity pool area? We practically lived up here all week, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. It was exactly what we needed at the end of a long vacation. At this point, we had already been in Venice and Florence. We felt like we were in a big city, hustle and bustle, and it was nonstop, go, go, go. And Amalfi Coast was the complete opposite, just pure relaxation. And we were so ready for it by that part of our travels. It's also the first trip that we brought the GoPro on. We were really excited to test out the underwater features. Oh Lord, this film credit thing is getting out of control. First I have to credit Josh, and then Cooper comes and takes over the GoPro from me too. While we were on the Amalfi Coast, we did go to a nearby island called Capri. In Capri, we took a boat tour into the Blue Grotto, we got stung by jellyfish in the Green Grotto, and the entire experience really had an effect on Josh's brother, Cooper. To refresh yourself on the lore of what exactly went down in Capri, go watch that vlog next.
Mother, help me! I'll save you! Yes, thank you! Mother, I'm drowning! Jellyfish! Oh, they're everywhere!
It seems like no matter how hard we try and relax, there's always something that throws us for a loop. But I really wouldn't want the adventure to go down any other way, because that's what makes great stories. I mean, we're basically mermaids with the GoPro. Testing out the underwater features was as much fun as it was ridiculous, and seriously, there's probably enough footage in the pool for us to make my next viral music video. Speaking of GoPros, let me warn you, when Josh and Cooper take over, it's chaos, and we go from Jacques Cousteau to more Sharknado.
Bingus.
At one point, I'm pretty sure the pool water got splashed out just from their antics alone.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't get that to tap. Yeah. Maybe it did.
Almost.
You gotta get the wide angle going.
Driving through the Amalfi Coast, I noticed most homes had big, luscious gardens beside them, and this Airbnb also had a garden with fig trees, lemon trees, and grapevines. We were encouraged to pick as many as we wanted. I picked a grape that was super sour. I guess it wasn't ripe yet. I also picked a lemon that I used in some tea one day. I just got back from Disney's Riviera Resort. We got to spend a week at the Disney park. As a childless millennial, Epcot is probably my favorite park out of all the Disney theme parks. In Epcot, there's a world showcase where they represent 12 different countries' cultures through famous landmark imitations, food, and drink staples. Amalfi Coast was like a real-life Disney World. It's pristine and the beauty compared to theme park level imitations, but instead of looking at fake facades, I was actually staring at 1,000-year-old art and architecture, experiencing cultural customs that have lasted generations. The architecture and artwork that we saw in Minori was Disney, but on a next level. What I experienced in real life is what Disney attempts to emulate in their parks like Epcot. Through traveling abroad, I've learned to never underestimate the beauty of the places that the theme parks model themselves off of.
Under the sea, darling is better than murder to weapon. Take it from me. Da bom ba bom ba ding, ba da dong ba ding. Darling is better.
I would encourage everyone I know to get out there and explore our world. Theme parks can only attempt to create the ambiance and experiences of the places that they imitate. Our Airbnb was technically located in a little town called Ravello, and it was about a 10-minute walk into the town of Minori. Minori itself is so charming. Wandering through the narrow streets, you get a sense of timelessness, like stepping into a postcard. And don't even let me get started on the food in Italy. I talk about the food in Italy so much that people I know start to roll their eyes when I go off about it. I had one of the best meals ever in Minori, Italy, but we'll get to that in just a minute. One of the highlights in Minori has to be this place called Sal de Riso. Oh, you can't sleep, baby, I know, thinking about Sal de Riso. Look at them sweets, put them in my mouth. Where's this place at? In the south of Italy, now that you know, yeah, it's called Sal de Riso. Oh, that was cute, let's hit that one more time. Oh, you can't sleep, baby, I know, thinking about Sal de Riso. Look at them sweets, put them in my mouth. Where's this place at? In the south of Italy, now that you know, yeah, it's called Sal de Riso. We're gonna have to reverse to soak it all in. Look at all of these desserts. That's right, rock stars. Here's the best place in Minori that you never knew existed, but it's gonna live in your brain rent-free for the rest of forever now. I'm sorry, I had to. Just look at these sweets. If you have a sweet tooth, this place is a must. The desserts are practically art. The Amalfi Coast is world famous for their lemons, so I had to indulge in a lemon pizza. They even have mermaid beer. Hopefully this will turn me into one finally. We had lunch at Sal de Riso's several times, and we were able to capture at least one round of desserts before they were devoured. One night, Josh and I broke away from the family and decided to have a date night, and we didn't have a reservation, so the only availability that this place had was outside seating. It was a bit hot outside, but it was a pretty good people watching spot. And the food was next level. I had been on the hunt for some bone-in lamb, and this was a delicious surprise. You can't go wrong with the Chianti red wine. Oh, hey cuties, let us get our selfie in before we get all fat and sassy from dessert now. We finished off dinner with an Italian staple, some more cannolis. The next adventure begins when you think you're ready to call it a night. It's called the 10-minute walk home. After stuffing yourself as full as possible. Hey, somebody do me a favor and count the stairs. Let's calculate the steps in the comments below. Technically, it would only be how many steps are in this span of our trek, because unfortunately, I did not capture the entire journey all the way back to our Airbnb. This set of stairs took everything out of me. I just didn't even have any more energy to record. And look, there's even more. Do you see now why we were stuck in that infinity pool most days? Would you rather battle these stairs or soak yourself away in the infinity pool?
It's probably like 300 steps.
Well, you should have counted. Ooh.
There's 17 right here. So it's probably like 150. It's a lot better at night.
That's true. It's never ending. Maybe this is the secret to how Italians stay so fit. We did take a trip to the ancient ruins of Pompeii. That was about an hour away from where we stayed. We took this trip 2 years ago, and it was way before I was vlogging my experiences. I ended up only capturing pictures. Sorry that this next part seems more like a virtual scrapbook than a travel vlog. That's me and the tour guide standing on a speed bump. Can you believe they had speed bumps in Pompeii? And I'm completely baffled that these tiles are over 2,000 years old and still there. But walking around the ruins of this ancient city was surreal. It was like stepping back into time. I can't get over how much is still standing today. Here we are in front of Mount Vesuvius. You see that mountain back there? That's the one that ended it all for Pompeii. So that's a wrap on our adventures in the Amalfi Coast. Thanks for touring our Airbnb, lounging by the infinity pool, exploring Minori and the eateries like Sal de Riso. If you're still here, thanks for enduring our family Pompeii photo shoot. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what type of adventures you'd love to see next. Oh yeah, that reminds me. What's next is the Capri, Italy trip. Go check that out now. Until next time, rock stars, stay inspired. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss out on more travels and music fun. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss out on more travels and music fun. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss out on more travels and music fun. Yeah, 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 yeah.